kind of person who doesn't raise their voice even when the world seems to be falling apart. They don't argue, they don't panic, they don't rush to prove themselves right. They just breathe. And while everyone else is trying to make sense of the chaos, they quietly watch, like someone who's already been through this storm before. You've probably met someone like that. The kind of person who feels like silence itself has wrapped around them. No matter what happens, they remain composed, steady, grounded, untouchable. And if you've ever wondered why some people can stay so calm while others fall apart, the answer is far deeper than you might think. Calmness, real calmness, isn't the absence of emotion. It's what happens when emotion meets understanding. It's not that these people don't feel. They do. They just don't react in the same way anymore. Once you've seen enough, once you've hurt enough, once you've realized that panic doesn't solve anything, you stop fighting storms that can't be controlled. You learn to stand still in the rain instead. That's the psychology of calm people. They weren't born this way. They became this way. See, people who are always calm usually went through phases where they weren't. They were overthinkers once. They cared too much. They tried to control everything, fix everything, please everyone. And every time they tried, they learned the same lesson. That life doesn't bend to your will no matter how hard you push. At some point, they stop trying to control the ocean, and instead they learn to surf it. That's what calm really is. Not indifference, but emotional wisdom. Psychologists often describe this as emotional regulation, but that term doesn't quite capture the soul of it. It's not just about suppressing emotion or pretending everything's fine. It's about understanding emotion so deeply that it no longer has control over you. Calm people aren't emotionless. They're emotionally fluent. They've learned the language of their mind. They can feel anger without exploding, sadness without drowning, and uncertainty without losing balance. Because inside their mind, there's a small voice that whispers, "This too will pass." And that voice isn't blind optimism. It's memory. They've lived through enough to know that even the worst moments fade, that panic doesn't speed up healing, and that peace isn't found in control, but in acceptance. Most people misunderstand calm people. They think calm means cold, but in truth it often means compassionate. Calm people are the ones who hold space for others when everyone else is panicking. They're the ones who can say, "It's okay," and mean it, not because they don't care, but because they know chaos isn't permanent. There's a kind of quiet strength in that. It's the strength of restraint, of knowing that not every battle deserves your energy, not every insult deserves a reply, and not every storm deserves fear. It's the strength of choosing peace, even when your instincts want to fight. But let's go deeper. Why do some people reach this state while others constantly find themselves overwhelmed? The answer lies in a part of the brain called the amygdala, the center of fear and emotional response. In people who've practiced mindfulness or been through emotionally intense experiences, the amygdala becomes more balanced. It still signals danger, but it no longer hijacks their entire system. Their prefrontal cortex, the rational thinking part of the brain, learns to step in before the emotion takes over. In other words, calm people have trained their minds to pause between feeling and reacting. That pause is their superpower. It's why, in an argument, they can hear something hurtful and not immediately strike back. It's why they can sit in uncertainty without needing to fill the silence. It's why, when the world is loud, they can still hear themselves think. That pause, that moment of stillness, is where wisdom lives. But here's what's fascinating. Calm people often weren't taught to be this way through books or therapy. Many learned it the hard way, through heartbreak, through disappointment, through realizing that reacting quickly often made things worse. At some point, they got tired of their own chaos. They got tired of overreacting, regretting, apologizing, explaining. They reached a point where peace became more important than being right. So now, when tension rises, they choose silence over shouting. They choose to breathe instead of blame. They choose to let go instead of hold grudges that burn from the inside. And yet, that calmness isn't always easy, because sometimes calm people carry storms inside that no one can see. They look peaceful, but their calm is hard-earned. It's the kind that's forged in pain, not perfection. They've cried in private, questioned their worth, felt unseen, misunderstood. And through all that, they discovered that peace isn't a reward for having an easy life. It's a discipline you build when you realize that emotional chaos doesn't serve you anymore. That's why people who are always calm tend to think differently. They're not driven by impulse. They're guided by perspective. They don't chase validation. They chase meaning. They don't need to prove they're right. They'd rather understand. Because deep down, they've realized something most people don't. Reacting to everything makes you a prisoner of everything. The calmer you are, the freer you become. In psychology, there's something called response flexibility. It's the ability to choose your response rather than let it choose you. That's what calm people master. They don't suppress emotion, they channel it. They let the energy move through them without letting it destroy them. That's why they're often the ones who seem so composed during crisis, but break down quietly afterward. Not because they're pretending, but because they understand timing. They know there's a time to feel and a time to act, a time to process and a time to release. Their calmness isn't a mask, it's an internal compass that keeps them aligned no matter how strong the winds get. And if you look closer, you'll notice another thing. Calm people don't just react differently, they see differently. While most people see chaos, they see patterns. While most see problems, they see lessons. While most see endings, they see beginnings disguised as change. They've trained their perception to zoom out, to look at the bigger picture instead of getting lost in the moment. That's what gives them balance. That's why they can lose something and still say, maybe this was meant to happen. It's not denial, it's perspective born from experience. The calm person you see sitting quietly in the corner, they've probably lived through things that once broke them. They just learned not to live inside that break anymore. They've realized that when you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you create space, and that space is where peace begins. Think about that the next time you see someone who never seems rattled. They're not detached from life, they're just anchored deeper in it. They've stopped being tossed around by every wave because they've become the ocean itself. Their calmness is not apathy, it's understanding. It's the understanding that not every emotion deserves expression, not every thought deserves attention, and not every situation deserves energy. Because energy to them is sacred. They spend it wisely, on things that build, not break. They've seen how easily chaos can drain a person, how drama can destroy peace, how small reactions can grow into regrets. So they choose differently now. When someone insults them, they pause. When someone misunderstands them, they explain if it's worth it, and walk away if it's not. When life gets heavy, they don't collapse. They lean, on faith, on time, on perspective. And that's what makes calm people magnetic. It's not that they have all the answers, it's that they don't need to anymore. They've made peace with uncertainty. And in a world obsessed with control, that peace is power. Because while most people are fighting battles in their minds, replaying, overthinking, regretting, calm people know that silence can say more than words ever could, that not every emotion deserves a witness, and that sometimes the greatest strength is simply not reacting. But there's another layer to this psychology, something few people talk about. Calmness can also be a kind of self-protection. A defense mechanism, yes, but a gentle one. For many, calmness isn't something they chose. It's something they had to build to survive. They learned early that reacting loudly didn't change outcomes, that staying composed was safer, that keeping your emotions guarded kept you from being misunderstood or hurt. So calmness became their armor. Their quiet became their shield. But here's the beauty. Even if it began as protection, it evolved into power. Because over time that restraint turned into awareness, that emotional distance turned into depth, and that quiet strength became the foundation of their peace. That's why calm people are often the most self-aware. They understand their triggers. They recognize their patterns. They don't need constant noise to feel alive. They find comfort in stillness. Because stillness isn't emptiness. It's clarity. It's the sound of someone who's finally stopped running from themselves. The calm ones, they often make the world feel a little slower, a little safer, just by being in it. They don't walk into a room and demand attention. They don't raise their energy to match the noise. Instead, they lower the noise by being themselves. You can almost feel it. That quiet confidence that doesn't need to be proven. There's something magnetic about people who stay calm in a world addicted to reaction. It's not because they're emotionless. It's because their emotions have matured. And maturity isn't about age. It's about understanding what truly deserves your peace. Calm people often know that arguing rarely changes anyone's mind, that rushing rarely speeds anything up, that worrying rarely prevents anything from happening. So they let go of what doesn't serve them, not because they don't care, but because they finally learn the cost of caring about everything. The calm person has probably already lived through what you're panicking about. They've already faced the heartbreak, the loss, the rejection, the fear. They've seen that life continues even after the moments that once felt unbearable, and that realization becomes their peace. It's not that they expect life to be easy, they've just stopped expecting it to be fair, and that shift alone removes half of life's chaos. When something bad happens, most people spiral into why me, but the calm person thinks, why not me? Not out of defeat, but out of understanding that life happens to everyone, and resisting that truth only multiplies the suffering.
Fuck.
They've discovered a truth hidden deep in human psychology, that pain without resistance is just sensation, but pain with resistance becomes suffering. So they stopped resisting what is. They've accepted the flow of life, not as passive observers, but as active participants who know when to move and when to wait. Because calmness isn't passivity, it's control in its highest form, the control of self. They've learned to separate the external world from their internal one. The world can be loud, unpredictable, cruel at times, but their inner space, that's sacred. They don't allow every external event to dictate their internal state. That's why calm people often feel like they live in a different dimension, because they do. It's the space between stimulus and response that defines them. That tiny invisible pause where they decide whether to feed chaos or peace. That pause is the mark of emotional intelligence. Because the truth is, calmness isn't found. It's created. Every calm person you meet is building it, moment by moment. They've built it in long nights when their mind wouldn't stop racing, in mornings where they wanted to quit, in conversations where they chose silence over reaction. It's not easy, but it's intentional. They've trained themselves to be unshaken, not because life stopped testing them, but because they stopped failing the same emotional tests. If you ask a calm person what changed them, they'll probably tell you, I just got tired. Tired of overthinking, tired of defending, tired of being misunderstood, tired of giving energy to everything that didn't deserve it, so they started valuing peace like oxygen. It's a strange thing. The world celebrates loud success but rarely honors quiet strength. Yet, it's the calm ones who carry the most wisdom. They're the ones who can sit in stillness long enough to actually hear what life is trying to say. They notice more than they speak. They see through the noise, because silence sharpens perception. In that silence, they observe without judgment, and that's what allows them to understand people so deeply. If you think about it, calm people are emotional translators. They don't just hear words, they hear intention. They don't just see behavior, they see the wound behind it. They don't just react to energy, they absorb, decode, and release it. That's why talking to them feels like therapy.
Like, why does
You
that
feel
shit go
seen,
so
not
quick?
analyzed, understood, not judged, because they're not listening to respond, they're listening to understand. That kind of listening requires stillness, and stillness requires strength, because it's hard to stay centered when others are spinning. It's hard to remain soft when the world keeps trying to harden you. But calm people do it anyway, not because it's easy, but
Yo, I'm
because
about
they
to
know
fight.
it's necessary. They've realized that peace is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to face problems without losing yourself. And that's what sets them apart. Most people look for peace in perfect conditions. Calm people create peace within imperfect ones. They don't wait for the storm to pass. They learn to find stillness inside it. You'll often find them with simple routines, because simplicity stabilizes the mind. A morning ritual, a quiet walk, a cup of tea, a few minutes of silence before sleep. These little habits aren't random. They're anchors. Psychologically, repetition builds a sense of control and predictability, and calm people protect that pattern because it keeps them grounded. They know that without small doses of stillness, the mind starts to spin stories. And the calmer the mind, the clearer those stories become. There's also something beautifully paradoxical about them. Calm people tend to be some of the most emotional souls, yet they're the least reactive. Because they've learned that expression doesn't always require eruption. Sometimes you express emotion by holding it gently until it dissolves. And this doesn't mean they don't feel intensity. They just express it differently. Their sadness turns into reflection. Their anger turns into clarity. Their fear turns into faith. That alchemy, the ability to transform emotion into awareness, is the core of calmness. It's what separates emotional maturity from emotional chaos. But here's something even deeper. Calmness doesn't only change how you feel, it changes how people treat you. When you stay calm, you become harder to manipulate. You become unpredictable to those who rely on emotional reactions. And that in turn protects your energy, because nothing confuses chaos more than someone who doesn't join it. It's a quiet rebellion. When everyone else is racing to respond, the calm person waits. And in that wait, they gain perspective that others miss. They see motives, patterns, dynamics that only reveal themselves in stillness. They don't rush to conclusions because they've learned that truth always unfolds. It doesn't need to be forced. That's why calm people rarely regret their decisions. They give life enough time to show them what's real. And maybe that's the most profound part. Calm people don't just manage emotion, they respect time. They understand that time reveals what emotion hides. That patience is not inaction, it's wisdom disguised as delay. So while others chase quick closure, calm people allow things to breathe. Because they know that rushing understanding is the fastest way to misunderstand. If you ask them how they stay so calm, they'll smile and say something like, "I just stopped fighting everything." But what they really mean is, they stopped fighting life. They stopped trying to win every argument, control every outcome, rewrite every past, and predict every future. They started trusting themselves enough to let things unfold. Trust. That's the secret ingredient in calmness. It's not about knowing what will happen. It's about believing that whatever happens, you'll handle it. And that belief doesn't come from ego. It comes from experience, from surviving enough storms to know you will survive the next one too. That's why calm people often radiate quiet confidence. Not loud, showy confidence, but the kind that feels like gravity. It's not in their words, it's in their presence. You just feel safe around them, because their energy tells you, it's okay. We don't have to rush, we don't have to fight, we can just be. And maybe that's what the world needs more of. People who don't add to the noise. People who can pause before reacting, breathe before speaking, and listen before judging. Imagine if everyone learned to do that. Just for a day, the world would sound a lot quieter, and maybe, just maybe, that silence would heal more than words ever could. But let's be real. Staying calm isn't easy. Even the calmest people lose their balance sometimes. They get angry, they break down, they feel doubt. But the difference is, they know how to return to stillness. They don't stay lost in emotion. They observe it, understand it, and let it pass. That's the cycle. Awareness, acceptance, release. Because true calm isn't about never being shaken. It's about always finding your way back. The calm ones know that emotions are waves, not walls. You can't stop them from coming, but you can choose how to surf them. So they ride the rise and fall of life with grace, never letting one wave define the entire ocean. They've learned that happiness and pain are temporary visitors, both welcome, both fleeting. And in that acceptance, they find peace that doesn't depend on what happens next. That's why calm people often feel timeless, as if they've stepped outside the race everyone else is running. Because in a way, they have. They're not chasing peace anymore. They've become it. And maybe you felt that pull too. That quiet voice inside that says, I just want peace. Maybe you've reached the point where chaos no longer excites you, where silence feels like safety, and where you'd rather understand than argue. That's not weakness, that's growth. Because calmness isn't something you're born with, it's something you grow into. And once you do, the world changes color. You stop needing noise to feel alive. You start valuing quiet moments, gentle people, slower days. You begin to measure success not by how much you achieve, but by how peacefully you live. And the best part, the calmer you become, the more clearly you see. People, patterns, purpose. You start noticing how much of life is noise pretending to be important. And once you see that, it's hard to unsee it. So you begin simplifying. You declutter your thoughts, your space, your relationships. You choose less, and somehow it feels like more. Because calm people know that the goal isn't to have a perfect life, it's to have a peaceful mind. And peace doesn't come from fixing everything outside of you.
Can I get out of here?
It comes from learning to rest within yourself, even when nothing outside makes sense. That's what makes calm people rare. Not their lack of emotion, but their understanding of it. They don't escape the storm, they become the stillness inside it. They don't control the wind, they learn to move with it. They don't fear uncertainty, they see it as part of the dance. And maybe that's the message we all need. That calmness isn't found at the end of the journey. It's found when you stop running and decide to be fully here, right now. Because life will always test you. It will shake you, challenge you, break your rhythm. But every time it does, you have a choice, to react or to return. And every time you choose to return to calm, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little freer.
It's like
So
takes
if
the
you've ever
past
been
like
told
5
you're too
minutes
calm,
to get there,
take
bro.
it as a compliment. It means you've mastered the art of emotional balance in a world that thrives on reaction. It means you've learned to see the storm without becoming it. And it means you've found the kind of strength that doesn't shout. It simply is. Because calmness is not emptiness. It's fullness without noise. It's power without aggression. It's emotion without chaos. And the people who carry that energy, they're the ones who remind the rest of us that peace is still possible. Even here, even now.
Dude. discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Shengun, a screen on Moran.
Most people believe that a lack of discipline is a character flaw, a weak, shameful trait, something that some have and others do not. However, this view is completely misguided. What few people know is that discipline, as it is generally understood, goes against the way the human brain is designed to operate. And this is not a metaphor. It is a neurobiological fact. The brain did not evolve to prioritize long-term goals, abstract targets, or heroic self-control. It evolved for one thing: immediate survival. Over millions of years, humans adapted to conserve energy, seek quick rewards, and avoid any unnecessary effort. In other words, your brain does not want you to go to the gym. It wants you to stay on the couch, because that saves energy. It does not want you to write an article or study. It wants you to open TikTok, because dopamine comes faster. And this is not a defect. It is simply biology. The problem is that modern society demands just the opposite. To thrive, we are expected to be disciplined, productive, and consistent. But this creates an internal conflict. On one side, a brain that has been shaped to act like a lazy hunter-gatherer. On the other, a world that demands behavior from a focused and resilient supercomputer. When someone tries to force discipline through willpower, they are, in practice, trying to overcome millions of years of evolutionary programming with a handful of motivational phrases. And guess what? It doesn't work. At least, not for long. James Clear, author of the bestseller Atomic Habits, revealed one of the deepest insights about modern human behavior. Real discipline does not come from force. It comes from design. The most consistent people, those who seem disciplined, are actually not stronger or more motivated. They have simply created systems and environments that make the right behavior easy, automatic, and inevitable. They do not fight against the brain. They manipulate it. In the next few minutes, we will dismantle the illusion of discipline, expose the mistakes you didn't even know you were making, and build together a new way of thinking and acting. A smarter way. More human, more effective. If you have ever felt weak for procrastinating, if you have ever hated yourself for not being able to stick to your own plans, this video will not judge you. It will show you that you were just trying the wrong way. And now finally, you will understand the right way. Discipline as a concept seems simple in theory. Just want something enough, stay focused, and resist temptation. But when we look at how the human brain actually works, we realize that this view is not only simplistic, but completely naive. This is because your brain is not interested in your long-term goals. It is focused on survival, comfort, and energy efficiency. And if you don't understand this, you will live in conflict with it. For most of human evolution, our ancestors lived in hostile environments where resource scarcity was the norm, and the only priority was to survive until the next day. In this scenario, the brain adapted to prioritize immediate rewards. Eating now was more important than storing for later. Sleeping more was safer than exposing oneself to risks. Avoiding effort meant conserving energy for critical moments. The brain was calibrated, generation after generation, to seek the quickest, most pleasurable, and least costly path. And guess what? This software still runs in you today. When you try to wake up early to go to the gym, your brain interprets this as a threat to comfort and energy conservation. When you open your laptop to study or work on a project, it immediately suggests that you just take a quick look at social media. Because there, pleasure is instant, predictable, and guaranteed. Going to the gym, reading a technical book, writing an article, that requires effort without immediate reward. The brain hates that. And here's the most important detail. Your brain is not rational. It is efficient. It does not choose what is best in the long term, but what requires less energy right now. This is what neuroscience calls cognitive ease. The brain's tendency to always choose the path of least resistance. And this choice is not conscious. It happens even before you decide. The problem, therefore, is not a lack of willpower. It is a design conflict. Your brain wants to survive and feel good now. You want to evolve and grow in the long term. And as long as these two goals are not reconciled, you will continue to feel frustrated, tired, and unsuccessful. James Clear sums this up brilliantly. Motivation is overrated. Environment is more important. In other words, if you constantly need to rely on willpower, it means you are fighting against the natural structure of your brain. And that is a battle you will lose. Always. Because over time, fatigue wins. And when you are tired, your brain goes back to autopilot. And the autopilot always chooses the easiest path. If you really want to change, the first step is not to try harder. The first step is to understand.
Second, the Grizzlies. And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together. Memphis trailing here. Stolen by Thompson. Here's the break. And the slam dunk by Thompson. And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition. Jackson on the wing, covered by Smith. Pass to Spencer. Nice ball movement by Memphis. Clock at 6. Jackson can't get it to go.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Smith finds Şengün. Outside Eason. Smith outside. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Memphis. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one. And that's the third game out of 4 at home for them. Pass to Spencer. Jackson on the wing.
Oh.
Dunk by Jackson.
What a neat LinkedIn athleticism to use. Jackson rises up.
Şengün passes to
What, keep
Thompson.
cutting, bro? Fuck.
Back to Şengün. Şengün throwing.
he ate it anyway. Oh my god, she got 3 million views in one day. What the hell? I want to see what she has to say.
Have you ever met a man who barely posts online? Yet, somehow, everyone still feels his presence. He doesn't show off. He doesn't even explain. He just moves quietly.
Why is
And
she
somehow,
talking in that voice?
that quiet hits louder than every look at me post in your feed. We live in the noisiest time in history. Every second someone's shouting their highlight reel, their dinner, their trips, their smiles. The internet is like a party where everyone is talking, but no one is listening.
Oh
Yet
my
in that
goodness,
chaos,
bro.
a certain type of man stands out by doing the opposite. He doesn't post. He observes. He lets his silence do the talking. Because today, silence is no longer a weakness. It's a statement. When he goes quiet, it doesn't mean he's gone. It means he's focused. It means he's watching a world that forgot how to move without an audience. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine scrolling through your feed. Faces you barely know. Oversharing every thought, every meal,
Oh my god, her
every
voice is
mood
pissing me
swing.
off. Oh my god. Why is she whispering? Why is she whispering? Jeez.
Some of the worst testosterone killers, they're not what you think. They're silent. They're disguised as normal habits, foods, and routines. But one by one, they are destroying our masculinity. So in today's video, I'm breaking down every secret testosterone killer most men miss and how you can stop them before it's too late. Now, to see if this video is even for you, I'm gonna run you through a 10-point checklist to see if your testosterone is dropping. I'm gonna be honest, I can spot low.
Yo, these voices are pissing me off. Why is he talking like that? Just talk. Dog, like what the hell? Why the fuck is he talking like that? No, it wasn't my funeral. I did from less than usual. And I will tell you, now you to this microphone. You ain't gonna tell you, now I got your attention.
Season in 2023-24, John Morant said, quote, "The confidence never left. As far as chemistry, we've been around each other for a while and we know each other well. This is my team. I'm confident in my team every step of the way."
They play with swagger. Okay, Ali, thanks for the report. Morant, no good. Their strong work ethic has been evident
And I'm just speaking to you through this microphone. Give you what kind of time you want. I got your attention. Listen, never speak on our business. On for the spaceship. And one, what? Give you what kind of time you want. Oh.
Okay, Shams, thanks for the update. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Bassey's checked in. Now here's Durant. Oh, that's how you tell him.
It's really impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
I wouldn't be alive. Yes. It's 5-star. Yes. Bit doing too much, I had to go Casper. Been poking your jeans, I put them on backwards. 365 straight, I might retire after. When I hear you when I die, my jersey in the rafters. Like, touch everything is wrong because the snakes around me. You ain't piggyback with me, fucking phone pauses.
Now Thompson. He has 6.
Do you think I'm superhuman, bro? Do I strike you as somebody with superpowers? If the answer is no, then...
What? Don't do it to me, oh no. I'm so boy. But when we get home, we finna turn up. Bit doing too much, I had to go Casper. Let me poking your jeans, I put them on backwards. 365 straight, I might retire after.
What the fuck is that?
Headphones, phone pauses. Everything put me on the map. It ain't nothing to go Casper. It ain't nothing to fuck all go Casper. Go Casper. Go Casper. Like Casper. Oh, you gonna do it to me, oh no. What? Oh, bitch.
Actually, shut the fuck up.
He made that bullshit. It doing too much, I had to go Casper. Put him on backwards. Just 5 shit, I might retire after. And everything I on your own, but the snakes around me. That's from the song prizes. Yes.
It's so tempting to put jump once you get in that new mode, bro. Hey, Agent, are you slow? Agent, are you... Agent, wake up, agent.
Houston making a change here. Easton is checked in. And Houston has possession. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
And in that game, they owned the glass. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
I gotta go back down immediately. I gotta go back down immediately. Are you dumb?
Job playing with energy.
I gotta wait and then I gotta go back down immediately.
Grizzlies trail by 8.
Are you dumb?
Williams with it. 6 points for him. And play stops.
Damn.
Looks like an illegal screen.
I don't understand how that works though, bro.
Crack down on illegal screens.
Still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to believe.
Ran inside. Jackson on him.
I don't understand it.
Here's Shepard. And the Rockets tack on 2 more.
Yeah, the control, the confidence, it's all on display there for Shepard.
Jackson on the wing. To the paint.
What?
Impressive. I mean, challenging at the rim against length. Just have to love the aggressiveness.
Yeah, showing absolutely zero fear as he goes right after the defender.
Now here's Durant. He's got 11. Now here's Thompson. Clock at 4. Eason. And Eason with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Spencer. No made baskets yet. Outside, Williams. Passing. Pass to Williams. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. His first shot coming late. Second shot opportunity.
Fuck.
Massey's got 6 in the quarter.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
The Rockets lead by 8. Durant, pass to Thompson. Screen by Capella.
Wrong person, bro.
And there's the drive.
I don't know what the fuck I just did.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, BA.
Hey, little exclamation point. The kick out to Williams. Three-pointer off the mark.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot
Fuck.
that should be given.
Memphis is going 1 of 4 from
Charge. Give me that.
A great job to establish position and square up.
checked in for the Rockets. Smith comes in for Eason. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first half of this one.
Come and sanctify me. You add it up.
Here's Shepard for 3, and that comes off the assist by Durant. Durant's got 4 assists now tonight.
This is why Shepard is in this league, because of his ability to take over
And
games.
I'm free. Floating on the silver lining.
Now Morant. He's got 12. Shoots over Thompson, and he's off with 17. And so it's Houston in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach to the lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Easy. This person is one. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic execution so far as it's been a dominant showing for the Houston Rockets.
As a team, we love a night like this when the game feels simple. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot, score, repeat. Pass, shoot,
Score, repeat, and pass, and shoot, score, and repeat. Nothing else to add to that, guys.
And looking ahead tonight, here are the upcoming games we're looking forward to. It'll be the 76ers against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
You riding or what? But I put in OT. OG. So boy ain't no hoeing me. No wishes.
Thanks as always for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tonic dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with
GRIZZLIES.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One of the stories here, Alperon Şengün getting it done today.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half. Well, as a defense, you can't allow him.
Come on, man. You can't miss those with Jabari, bro. Like, that's a gimme. Oh, shit.
Thompson outside. Şengün, the screen. Back to Thompson. Smith outside. 6 on the shot clock. Cleared away by Wells. Grizzlies trail by 10. And here's Morant outside. Kevin Durant pulls it in. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
It's Black
Oh, my fault.
Pandora jewelry. Save up to 40%
Here's Şengün.
The points coming in bunches for Alpi. I mean, he's got a lot in his bag.
November 15th through December 2nd.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Caldwell Pope finds Morant. From 7 feet away. It's hauled in by Houston. Smith's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Durant inside. He's covered by Wells. Şengün passes to Thompson. And the slam dunk by
The racing man.
Good luck with the 50 gifted!
9 points in the game.
Yo!
On the take.
Nah! Yo, my God! Appreciate those fat fucking 50, nigga!
Yes, we know Jackson can nail 3.
And one what?
Yo, good luck. Appreciate the love. You rap it good.
When I wait just like the show.
I just hope we don't get to. I hope we don't get to that point where
In third, the Grizzlies. Right here, these
all right, what else we have? Aside from body cam, we got GeoGuessr. Yo, who's trying to duel in GeoGuessr?
by 14.
You got any GeoGuessr demons in the chat?
Outside, Caldwell Pope.
Actually, I don't really want to add niggas. I'm multiple. I just duel some
Back to
random.
Morant. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Nice ball over by Memphis. Landale misses.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Morant against Durant. Katie gets the ball, and it's slammed in by Durant.
Timeout. You know, the defense had no answer for Durant's quickness. He drives right in and hampers it down.
No more.
Second half
Hey,
of
boy,
play.
let me cross, dude. Yeah, I'm like that, nigga. I'm better than you, nigga. I'm better than you, nigga. I knew that was Tokyo, nigga. I see some Japanese text on the fucking wall, nigga. You stupid?
What? That's a steal, bro.
That's his first foul.
And Jen, this gotta be Mexico or some shit. Quick shot. Where all my Mexicans at? Hold on, niggas driving on the left hand side of the road. This could be fucking Australia, bro.
Oh, how's he getting past me like that?
He's 7 of 15 now.
Well, this is one of those nights where Morant just decided to take over.
If I'm wrong, I suck a dick.
Style on the court for John Morant.
South Africa!
Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh yeah, no, he's not ducking any smoke.
I'm not sucking
Part of his
shit.
maturation.
Jordan driving the wrong side of the road in South Africa. What made them want to do that though? I thought all Australians and British would do that. Campbell Smith, UK.
And he's got his first opportunity at the
This
line.
gotta be checked. This has gotta be South London, bro. I trust me, I know my London, bro. It's gotta be South.
And ready to prove to the entire league just how good he could be.
Now here's Morant. He's got 14. Caldwell Pope finds Jackson. Shot clock at 6. And he drops it in from the low post. Jackson's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the
I'm
line
like
and
that,
talk
and
it
I've been
over.
like that, you know? I'm like that, and I've been like that, you know? I'm like that, and I've been like that. It's always been my mind, bro. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, bro.
Pass to Okogie. Durant against Jackson.
He don't see you, boy.
Durant. Durant's got 15.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense. It's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
More than that.
Now here's Morant.
Look at that Pakistan. Look at that Pakistan. Pakistan's so fucking big, bro. Like, it could be anywhere.
Keeps over Thompson. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Rockets lead by 17. On the wing, Durant. Stolen by Jackson.
Man, I got it wrong. Yo, please tell me how to get
Pass
made
to
by a
Spencer.
play.
Back to Morant.
No!
Floats
No!
one. Here's Spencer. Clock at 6.
Wait, where is
On top
it?
Morant.
Fucking Malaysia?
The 3 ball.
Fuck wrong with you.
Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and side instincts
And one bench.
to get a hand on it. And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any
Oh shit, that's my first free throw I ever missed with him.
Their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Oh, my first
Bassey,
thing
he's checked in for Memphis.
Russell?
Pass to Spencer.
Hold on, though. That's Belgium, ain't it?
Capella with a rebound. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Thompson outside.
Beating this nigga about nothing.
And here's Durant from the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 9th assist of the game now.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor. You guys, this shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. John Morant's able to fly with the best, but he said, sometimes I get knocked out of the air and hit the floor. After the game, you may feel that.
Oh my god, KD.
Man, hey, 2 points is 2 points. I get it done. That's all that matters. Yay, back to you.
Still get up. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie. Here's Morant. After Houston's 3-pointer on the other end. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, the way that Morant is able to twist and contort through a defense, he is one of a kind in that regard.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Aldama's checked in for Jackson. Here's Okogie.
No, I want it to be the white. No. Get out. I hate the fact that I'm picking world.
And the rebound
And
goes
these
to the
niggas
Grizzlies.
only giving me
Bassey's
European
got 4
countries.
rebounds in the
Fuck
game.
Europe, nigga. Come on, King. Actually, no.
Morant with it.
I love Europe.
15 points in the
Lacey.
game.
No, Lacey's been to Europe. Never mind.
Here's Spencer.
Chet, you think Lacey know Europe better than me?
Stolen by Capella. Eason finds Thompson.
You think Lacey knows
There's the
Europe?
And
Bro,
the
I'm
slam
from Europe.
dunk by Thompson.
That first
Yo.
step is so dangerous with
Okay,
Ahmed.
he just
I
got
mean,
like an
he was
English
just
question,
gone.
right?
And it's Morant with the ball for Memphis. Aldama outside. This one for three. Durant pulls it in. Durant's got 5 rebounds in the game. Intercepted. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. And that one's good. Morant.
He is such a timeout transition. Morant goes from 0 to 60 faster than a sports car.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Williams has checked in for Spencer. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Shepard's checked in.
He voted for Trump.
Houston has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Outside
First of
Durant.
all, I can't vote.
Here's the pick. Out to the right wing.
Second of all, I do know geography.
Here's Shepard. He's got 13.
Yeah, you give me life, you give me life.
China, nigga. I'm going straight
Durant
to China.
surveying the floor. Aldama
I'm
outside.
going straight to fucking Hong Kong.
It's rebounded
Get the
by
fuck out of
Houston.
here, nigga.
That'll be
Get the fuck out of here. I know. Hey, boy, I'm thinking about.
Houston with the jam. Did you guys see that?
You have to be kidding me, bro.
Slam. Man, you gotta have some hang time
That's
to pull
close
that
enough.
off. And here's Morant outside.
Caroline Street.
Capella with a rebound.
Okay, a little mountainous.
Houston has gone 7
I
of
see
13
hilly
from
roads.
downtown so far in this
People on
game.
parking.
Thompson outside. Pass to Shepard. Capella
God
screen on
is good.
Williams.
God is great.
The
He's
officials
doing it
will
right
call the
now,
illegal
but I
screen
don't
here.
know the answer.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Snake.
they're winning by this
Tigger.
much with
So
double-digit
this fucking
turnovers.
bozo clipped the country mad early. I was either gonna go LA or San Francisco. Apartments for $39.
Thompson against Morant.
Oh, sign me up and free Wi-Fi. Fuck, man, that's a big deal.
Morant with a screen on Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Aldama to the left side wing. Here's Morant. And again, just no good. And Houston is shooting the ball 70% in this game.
My fault.
Thompson, no good. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Outside, Williams. Williams, a screen on Durant. Pass to Morant.
When you work out at Crunch,
Oh.
getting stronger, that feels good. Getting a high five from your new bestie, that feels good too. However, out there can feel bad.
I'm up by 30. I gotta get him back, right? There's no way.
Thompson, 12 points for
Really,
him.
really bad.
Here's Shepard.
So feels good.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
Jackson, he's checked in.
Bro, how the fuck is a buff Hall of Fame this easy?
Beef patties flame grilled with 2 slices of melted cheese. It's love at first bite. We're not sure who invented the double cheeseburger, but it sure tastes like we do.
15 points.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has,
The road can be a
he's
wild
got to be
place.
the first option on every possession.
And so it's Memphis with it.
There
Rockets getting their
are
last
all
shot to go.
kinds of drivers out there. That's why Progressive Snapshot personalizes your insurance rate based on your driving. So you're not stuck paying for someone else's mistakes. Is there something wrong with my hair? I have arrived. We're cooler than cool. We're flyer than fly. And the magic?
Here's Thompson.
You know we brought it. Yeah, we came to play.
The Grizzlies shooting an average of 43% for the floor. Pass to Jackson. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Oh, and he makes it with the kiss. 17 points in the game.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Durant, pass to Thompson. Screen by Capella. Takes the three. And there's Shepard. That one's good. On the assist by Thompson.
Well, this is Shepard's shot.
I just crushed that round.
This much separation.
Should we send Sherman the same take this L gift again?
What about 1,000 tissue boxes? Check your Amazon cart.
This is a must call.
We're linking
Hello?
over here.
Hell yeah, Alexa.
He has an A+ steal and that's not a steal? Like what?
Shoots over Capella, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer.
Maybe the Grizzlies are just this bad, bro. Holy.
He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Alright, look, Chad. I didn't want to say it was Mexico because I see Jose, but I see 2 Jose's now, and there's no stopping me, bro. I'm going Mexico City.
Sitting here, wasting time, can't listen to anything but a vacation, an open invitation.
I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on his feet. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level play. He makes it look easy.
What?
In
Are they
California.
fucking on that side? What could possibly be blurred out over there?
That to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Inside, Ethan Shingu.
Oh, the old city. I know when I'm in the rock.
In at the three.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the possession
Gotcha.
battle, and that's often what decides.
I just saw Arabic text in Old City, and the last time I saw those two combined was when I was in Morocco, Chad.
Thompson does a good job sneaking into the
That's the
lane.
only time. HSBC could be China, could be Canada.
Generation about load management.
Maison Dumont, this could be Canada.
Back in the day, Grant.
Birch, this could be Canada. Boutique, this could be Canada.
Players average more distance
First look
covered
at
per
this
game,
Canada.
even if they're not walking
City.
the field both ways. So you gotta take that into account.
Houston shooting
Oh no, this could genuinely be.
Oh my God, Reed.
I'm gonna whip my dick out.
Here in the second half,
On the
Say
phone.
Montreal.
My turn to
Yeah,
ignore
and
me.
where has the defense been? They've been content.
If it's France, I'm about to lose, dude. Oh my god. I sure fucking hope it's not France.
Now here's Morant. Called down low, the pass to Jackson.
Say goodbye, Luke. Yo, why is there no, why, okay, why, okay.
Either for Jackson.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough work in the
Alright,
mid-range area.
can I be honest with y'all?
Here's Şengün.
I genuinely think the generic version of Gilgisser is ass. It never shows North America. Is there a reason? Do these niggas hate North
70%.
America?
It sure
Come on,
is.
game.
Certainly
It like my brain wants to think. Okay, they had one Africa, they had one South America. Why is it always in Europe, bro? Why is the answer always in Europe? Why is it just make it random, my nigga? Come on, they give us a little Australia from time to time to make us feel like they give a fuck about that side of the map. They barely show North America.
Thompson against
I don't think I've ever seen Canada in my history playing GeoGuessr.
to halt the run.
Come on, gang. We got Romania twice. The same parts.
give Morant that shot. They're trying as
Look.
hard as
We got the
I
same
wish I could
part of
save
Romania all around the
you.
east side twice.
I can.
Now here's Thompson.
It took me for Spider-Man,
Rockets tack on two more.
Superman.
course of the night. He's been taking shots he's comfortable with.
You saw Hebrew.
Cause,
I'll be
hey, you got a
honest.
world in your hand. You can even do it no hands. I can
Never
never
read
mind,
Hebrew.
man.
The same way I
They
can't
only
tell the
come back
difference.
to the
I
dance.
can't tell the difference
Hey, I'm
between
talking
Spanish
about
and
no
Portuguese.
X, I know
I
you
can't tell,
say
bro.
something.
I have no idea.
We are the same 1 million.
Hold on, is there lag? This game is poorly optimized. I gotta
Take a
reduce the
look
settings.
on
Hold on.
what we DM done and so. I'm ninja.
Now here's Thompson.
But I can. This girl took me to Spider-Man,
Any sneaker color.
Superman.
What color are those you're wearing? Is that lime green?
Imagine.
No, I've always didn't know.
It's gonna take a lot to come back from this heartbreak. I done bought the bar. I still don't know how to take it.
So yes, tonight these are lime green. Tomorrow, we'll just have to see.
And Morant gets it to go.
Yeah, look, Morant
Who's waiting for me?
jumpers because defenders are all
Girl, I wish I could save you, but I can't.
Scanning the floor. And here's Shepard for three. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the deep side.
Superman.
More threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
Looking at the clock of night. Time passes rather than looking you that watching that.
What the fuck is happening? Hey!
Can I not pass?
Hey! Get up! Get up, soldier!
I love you for who you tell me you're gonna be one day too. You know that's cool. I guess we'll see. This girl wants.
Hey, how's
This
everybody
girl
doing?
wants me to save
You
her.
guys can hear me?
This girl wants me to save her. This girl wants me. This girl wants. This girl wants me to save her.
How do I connect my microphone?
Took me for Spider-Man. Took me for Superman. This girl wants me.
This sensitivity is nuts, dude.
And it's Durant missing. The Rockets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Okogie. Back to Thompson. Şengün, a screen on Moran. To the inside. Şengün, throw it down.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Setting a solid screen.
8-0 over. I gotta change my mind.
I need some talk your shit. Damn. Oh, here it is. I talk
Yeah,
dirty,
good work,
I don't
everybody.
keep it right
Good
in
work.
back.
We did it.
I want to listen to Middle of the Ocean.
I contributed.
I ain't listened to Middle of the Ocean in so long, bro.
Keybinds.
I met him in Sony room at the BB-Los. Working too much on some Aaliyah shit. But it's just like how I remember. Just like how I wanted it. Back to the vibe. If you know, you know, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
Why is it not letting me rebind that?
Look. Long way from Setsumetsu. Eat Tommaso and Ernesto. Short rigatoni with the besto. These verses on my manifesto. Always got an echo. Me and Smigs on the loose in the city. You know how the rest go. Casual sex, I'm like fuck a dress code. The first martini is an espresso. Chill shot glasses with the. They get so ignorant in my hood. They be like, why the fuck you making techno? I'm worldwide, but this is just another cargo jet flow. I got to let go. Life insurance policies you about to need to get go. I got some meaner threats though. Me Spider-Man and Leonardo. I'm back tomorrow. Waiting out in Monaco and Monte Carlo. I'm losing track of where we all go. I wouldn't trade my life for none of y'all. Just an embargo. 25 bags on a 767. This is heavy cargo. How many bags? 59 bags.
Save my
Look,
fucking settings,
Swedish jail cells smelling like Sakari must. For your birthday, your boyfriend got a party bus. Bottle signs, club lines, you could've come with us. We looked that shit in 09 when we was coming up. I mean, these just my suggestions, of course. I'm out here fresh out the voice and looking at eyes. Maybe express my remorse. I'm down to go get us some boys. I'm here for the moral support. Whipping the Vespa off for 60 killers. Big Benjamins like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Drake, you got it. Robert Kraft with the jet for us. That shit was patriotic. You would think we live in Baltimore the way they raving about the latest product. Teaching niggas how to mind my business and our latest stuff. Might be the only teacher that gets paid enough. Nah, I mean, High Park, thinking like half a hairs. Making sure your outfit's gonna match in Paris. Like tats and tears, come to the 6 and I'm like the acting sheriff deputy. First come to America, niggas wouldn't check for me.
I clicked right,
Make it here like vasectomy. You underestimated my trajectory. Like now you
It's just
gotta pay
saying
this
that's the
shit direct to
vertical
me.
axis, that's the y-axis.
I
You
get
don't have
my
to actually
labels,
fucking
bills,
click
bills,
y.
bills, like the other two women standing next to me. That shit was just independent women is loving a new appearance.
It's been
Or
it's
let
been
it
years
be
since
like
Wayne
a
came out. They just
got to know that I
ran off
never
with the
wore
man
Michael
position.
Myers or
There's no way
never
for this
hopped in a
to
year, so I got
not
my
shoot
head
for
in
a
the
living.
clouds. I'm serious.
I'm not, yo, just know I'm
The
not hitting
lyrics
no
were
shots
getting
at
to
this
reveal
ridiculous
themselves over Scott
comedy
Pierce.
movie.
I promise you get this shit when the sky clears.
Who won that?
For divine ears, my favorite two words for all you boys to sign here. Glass clinking on wine cheers. Then you about to kick this shit in high gear. The ears are droopy.
I'll give you 1 cent to my cookies for
Oh, it's different. It's different. Okay. You mean what y'all say like y'all dubbing a movie. Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groovy. I mean, he claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo it is like you coming for sushi shit. I might pop up on the man wheel like Suzuki, Kawasaki, sushi, sake, the money growing cheese like Chitaki. Shit, I wonder how they gonna stop me. And the fuck would y'all really do without me? Like, table at Hibachi. The last time I ate there, Wayne was doing numbers off the cup like Yachi, and Paris Hilton was steady ducking the paparazzis. Song that he called Versace, I really can't remember it probably, but still, I'm saying that God got me. I'm sitting on large properties. Treat me like a newborn Lucian, not dropping me. I'm going Pink Floyd, you boys cannot rock with me. Somehow you not topping me. God, hey, high five me. Shit, need to be high sixing me. High key sick of me. My wifey on my neck cause I vibe differently. Amber Alert, the way that I take her to the mall and she find Tiffany. The way she teach me. It should have been in a fountain based on what y'all wishing me. God damn.
Waiting at the bus stop doesn't stop your progress. Penn Foster is an accredited fully online high school program, so you can earn your high school diploma on your terms. Learn more and enroll anytime online at pennfoster.edu.
That what? Chill, chill, chill. Stand up. Oh shit. Oh, sh
Even though they were keying on him, had no answers for Kevin Durant.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you can see his teammates feeding off his energy.
Now here's Durant. To the middle.
I love all my friends. Thinking about this life I provide for them. This girl has some real things dividing them. These muds on my die for him. My manager is drunk as hell at 5 p.m. I went knocked down, they help me rise again. I want to lead the game. Drake, turn me the fuck up. I don't care about my ops. Come in. Take good, Pete. You got land on my. I don't care about no motherfucking And she alone, you know she a freak one. If it's an escort, it's a police one. I just picked up something from Mercedes. It's a one-on-one. The one in a one. At the time of the month. Yeah, baby, that's how I got this. We can vacation whenever we want because I don't care what none of my ops is. I told her promoter tonight, book me across on their section. We don't do the inspection. I can't sleep at night with Thug at Cobb County Correction. I think my brother make a flake then. I think my brother learned his lesson. They're gonna aim. They're gonna give protection. They're gonna that hammer come down for protection. Boy, what's up? 148 Rolexes in my collection. They're gonna back in the drizzy gonna roll like a Texan. Yeah, fucking about me, I'm fucking direction. Yeah, fucking possession. So I can win the election. Take the ball holes. I'm already over the next one. No question. Well, leave that shit down to reception.
What's Battlefield? Oh!
Bitch, you just a bystander. Only want to jump and scoot you. I just picked up something from Mercedes. It's a one-on-one. The one that I want. Wait until at the time of the month. Oh, then that's how I got this.
I would destroy you in any game.
We can vacation whenever we want because I don't know none of my.
God, I miss when she was confident, man.
That's pussy. You gotta be pussy.
Oh my God, dude.
Up the gun on you. I'll go there woofing and looking.
There was a time when she was really confident.
Why doing all that woofing? Pussy. Yeah. Felt L bomb shit. Like on the sticker. No, on the stick of my armpit. I see Beretta. I don't shit my ops together. And then it post shit. No rap cap come up my mouth. I don't think he hot now. It seemed like everybody wanna leave it on flat line. On that time, make my longer. Try to chew on my pop mine. I was 17 with a Glock 9. I wanna see Red Clifford. You know, go for my zipper. I moved to LA on my clipper. Fight blicker. He ain't nothing but brickle. Nigga, who got a tickle? Who got an issue? Giving out smoke. I always let it go. I pull up fast, go.
Do they complicate things like a lot for no reason on Android or what? Nigga, just update it for me, bro.
It's something OVO. A $500,000 a show. I still walk in with that pole, idiot. Fuck. Yeah. Feeling like 2 Chainz. Bitch on 21, bitch on not 20.
I'm not saying I do that.
Idiot.
Alright. Alright. I want everybody here to know.
This is the shit that my daddy had raised me on. All the features I skated on, I gotta know. How you get lit out the features you shaded on, numbers untouchable. Looking to independent, know they be waiting on. Try not to bar, but fuck it, I'm staying on. Oh, keep on giving my shots to go crazy on.
I don't play it on this phone, so. What the fuck is this?
Katie just says, what the fuck are we waiting on? Me, I'm expressing this. You talk about don't shoot the messenger. You get shot for what listen here. What? I was just throwing success in your face. Obsessed on my face. Dress in my face. I can be showing no stress in my face. What? No face. 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 Yeah, I don't get sleepy on no melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice because I keep on talking about bleeding and minutes and money and women. There's no diagnosis. Quick, I think I came back reloaded.
I have the shit plugged in. It was working when I was on the phone with
And I'm over the moon. We'll see you boys soon. We ain't get out like a coon in the studio.
Yeah. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. I bet. It turns into a computer. Well, can this computer play Clash Royale, bro? Like, jeez Louise, man. This shit is not complicated, bro. shit is not
It's Black
complicated.
Boy. It's Black Boy. Boy, that's not Black Boy, boy.
Hold on, chat. Let me set this
That's
bitch up
fucking.
real quick. Let me set this bitch up. W Samsung open index. It's literally in your apps. Oh, you can still do it in there? Turn off Dex mode. Dex mode is just a thing on the. That's not kind of cool, dude. That's very fucking inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
You could just turn it off. Were you born this slow or did it develop? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to use Samsung Dex. Does that mean I'm slow? I don't know how to use Samsung Dex. Is that how they measure everybody's IQ where you're from? Does everybody learn how to use Samsung Dex to learn how to use their fucking IQ? Yeah? Yeah, you don't make it into college without learning Samsung Dex where you're from, huh? Shut the fuck up, man. No, like, actually, shut the fuck up, bro. Niggas don't know how to use Samsung Dex? I mean, nigga, just, just pull up class. Nigga, it ain't that complicated.
But it's whatever if I'm gonna make it a thing.
It's up on my phone, bro. Run this shit, motherfucker. Bro, just say the hard R, bro. Like, just... You're beating around the bush. Alright, just say the word, my nigga. How do you turn this off, chat? Call me on Discord? Alright, I'll call you in a sec. I'm trying to figure... Hold on, Lacey. I'm trying to figure out how to use Samsung Dex since everybody in the chat knows they're coaching me right now.
Looking for the right way to do the wrong thing.
Dex? Am I gonna download Samsung Dex from the Microsoft Store?
I know it's
Nope.
never the flow though. You know I run that.
You guys made it sound like it was easy. That's
I
fucked up.
play rap forever. We ain't back together.
Play it on PC? See how easy this is, chat? Mad simple, nigga.
I know.
Get the draw app in Dex. You just really grinding my gears right there. Yo, Jenny, thank you for that. Jenny, I appreciate you with the 5 subs. W's in the chat. Jenny! Alright, so this is my rank, chat. I mean, I don't know if I'm ass, but let's play one game and see. I haven't played this game in a while. Feel me? Jenny gave appreciate the 5 Can y'all hear the game? The volume just stopped working. Can y'all hear it? Jenny, another 5 gifted. It's okay. We'll, Listen, P.
Once in a lifetime is never enough. Never enough. When I wear diamonds, I feel powerful, fun, fabulous. The warmth, the brilliance. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. For all who love.
That move is so good. This might be like the most beautiful move in NBA history. I'm not gonna lie.
HA, we stand behind our members.
It's so satisfying.
Your health isn't our business. It's our purpose. We don't serve shareholders. We serve cardholders. Think less Wall Street, more Main Street. When it comes to federal employees and retirees, we've got your back. GEHA, health benefits for federal employees and retirees.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Mint Master Chocolatier.
Head out, shout it out, hit the road, love to roam. No place like home. House rules, no rules. Take a chance, don't stand still. Go right, go left.
Did a lot of post game talking, but this one different.
Make a mess.
And definitely do not shoot his ass till you get permission. Heavy disrespect on my disposition.
Open it up, shut it down. Repeat, set, stay.
When it comes to repairing damaged hair, not all shampoos and conditioners are created equal. The Kerastase Premier Shampoo uses dual-action repair technology to
That's from the X resistance looking for recognition.
stronger and visibly healthier. And then there's the Kerastase Premier Conditioner, the perfect partner. It's lightweight and hydrating and never weighs your hair down. Together, they target every type of damage and leave your hair feeling soft.
Let me tell you about my brother though.
Treat your hair right. Shop these Best of Beauty winners on Amazon right now.
Let's stick it to you for real. He a lint roller. My brother ain't bought on my Range Rover. It's like you playing EDM. That boy a chain smoker.
Whatever he did last night was not Thanksgiving.
Man, what the fuck?
Every time. I don't want to leave you. Hey, babe, give it a resub. Hey, can you give a resub, my boy?
Conductor.
Bro. They changed the way that games work on Discord. I thought that Yo, tell me that's the add me.
I'm Sony therefore. What am I doing right now, bro?